Okay. So the next one I want to pick is it. So I'm not gonna say I am a fanatic of the fan base of this game title. I'm gonna tell you, but I will say I did play it, I did beat it, and I enjoyed the story of it with the help of a guide and a help for save states. Because if I had to play that game from scratch, I would hate this game.
Yes.
I completely hate this game. I hated the way that you had the random battles. I hated the way of how the battle system worked that way. But with the save states, it made me forgive it more for going to struggle. And the journey's good. The journey is fun. I am a big fan, and I told you before, I'm a big fan of kids ending up trying to save the world or overcoming difficult things that adults deal with, you know, like these giant adventures. Like the Goonies, Stand By Me, you know, these kids go on this giant adventure of like saving the world, because kids should not be doing this, but they're special. They got to go out. It's almost, now you look at it as this game could be a Stranger Thing kind of thing to it.
That's what people would compare it to. It's like, oh, they made a Stranger Things video game. It's like,
yeah. But I at first I did not like this game. And once I finally got out of the first part of it, I really got into the story, and I really liked the journey, and I liked the conclusion of it, and that's Earthbound. And Earthbound has a huge fan base. Now, I'm not that huge of a fan base of Earthbound, but I enjoyed the story, and I enjoyed what they were trying to do. I never played Earthbound Beginnings, and I have Earthbound 3, or Mother 3, but I haven't had a chance to get into it. But I know Earthbound is a big thing. It's a niche, but it's a big cult following. People love it. It inspired a lot of people. I am a big fan of Undertales, and I know Undertales was a big inspiration with Earthbound. And Earthbound really hasn't really got the love I think Nintendo is paying attention to, especially to, you know, the creator is no longer want to be part of it. The remake, there was an idea of a remake being made, but it did not work out due to Monolith Soft. They were going to do like a claymation kind of style of that game. That didn't work out. Even though it's funny, because they said that when they were making this game that they actually made clay models of each character so they can kind of get more of an understanding of it, of how they want to model the character. Not the Monolith. I'm talking about the original Earthbound. Some of the developers.
Yeah. I remember a long time ago putting on my Wayback Cap. I went to Blockbuster. That's dating me already. And I saw the game. It was like this big box, because the big box came with a proto strategy guide, the game, and some scratch and sniff stickers. And I'm with you. When I first played that game, fucking hated it. Mm-hmm. It was one of those games that turned me off of RPGs. Mm-hmm. You know, because the battle system just didn't make sense to me. How the rolling numbers, like you could take some damage, but as long as you had still enough numbers rolling, you could heal up before they reached 0. I didn't get that at the time.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah,
and it's not like they told you either.
Yeah, it flummoxed me. Part of it was because I may have been too young to understand it, to get what an RPG, the system is, but it made me so pissed off. But because now it's playable, you know, I'm assuming through Nintendo Switch Online, I'll give it. I can give it another shot if I so choose. I'm going to try. So I'm probably going to call you saying I hate this game again.
You could, because this was a game where, like the old school battle systems, when it comes to first person, they're telling you what you did and how you did. You don't get to see the hit and acknowledge the number like other RPG games. Like you slash them, you get a number. Here is like you slash and you missed. You slash, but you only took 2 points off of this person. Oh, he took half your life away. Like I don't like when they get directions telling me like, oh great, the game is. It feels like it's cheating you. Like
Phantasy Star.
Yeah,
it has that Phantasy Star kind of battle. That's what you're describing.
That's not a bad treatment too, Phantasy Star. But anyways, But Earthbound, though, the journey, and even though you never fully played the game, I'm pretty sure you have seen a lot of pictures of different landmarks and different places they have been to. To see that game get that treatment would be so freaking beautiful. just to see what you would do. And especially it's just to see these kids just going on the adventure, just seeing how Nez would look like, how the rest of the cast would look like. But I think this game would get the same treatment, in my opinion, the way they're doing Dragon Quest III, where you actually get to see the characters on the battlefield with the enemies, still turn-based. We can still get the grid on the bottom, but now we get to physically see these kids go into this. Of seeing what you see in Smash Brothers, you get to see them actually do it, right? With the baseball bat, with the telekinesis mines, all that kind of
Thunder.
Yeah. So you get to see that more, and I would love to see that in that kind of ways. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Dragon Quest 3 and you'll see what I'm talking about. You see the cast of 2D characters and you see the enemies from a distance and the angles kind of shifted. I would love to see Earthbound get that treatment in that journey that deserves, especially towards the end, where it gets nuts. But yeah, I think Earthbound definitely deserves it, and I think this will be enough to get people to be satisfied for a long time. Like, look, we might not get another Earthbound or anything like this, but this game could be a great celebration anniversary of a game that has been shot from the rooftops of do something with this series.
You're it's like, face it, boys and girls, you're never getting a localized Mother 3. Just take the fan translations and move on. Keep it pushing. Nintendo knows you want it. Even Reggie Fils-Aimé was like, yeah, I know. Can't talk about it. We're not doing it.
Yeah. So shout out to all the Earthbound fans. If you are an Earthbound fan and you hear this, maybe you're happy about it. If not, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. What's up? What you got next?
Golden Axe 2. I say Golden Axe 2 instead of Streets of Rage or Golden Axe 1 because Golden Axe 2 had that, I don't know, it had that feeling, that sequel where it made it up the ante. Not to mention the graphics, the sprite work didn't change that much, but to take that, to sharpen it, don't mention Golden Axe 3 to me, to take that, to sharpen it, and to see just, you could add blood effects if you want, Sega. You can add the blood effects, you could add additional effects with the sprite work when they still do the same animation, but maybe you add a couple extra frames where they, glide through. Tyrus Flare, she's supposed to be, really deft with the sword. Mm-hmm. That game would look really pretty, especially with the backgrounds. If they bring the backgrounds to life, keep some of the same sprite work and look, but the backgrounds look more realistic, not realistic, but vibrant.
More alive.
Yes, more alive. People shutting their shutters, in the first level or two because there's so much stuff going on, or fires, people diving out of their windows. You occasionally have people screaming and running. More of that, and just make each background come alive. You could do that with the original Golden Axe 2 because it had the eagle and the turtle and everything. But Golden Axe Part 2, it would just be like chef's kiss. It would help to immerse you. A game that Golden Axe did do something like this with Revenge of Death Adder. I'm never letting that go, by the way. But to see something like that in Golden Axe 2 would be pretty damn sweet.
I think it would be really cool to see how diverse they can do the characters more with the 2D HD treatment, right? Sorry,
would you want the same
treatment?
Would you want the same sprites, or would you want the sprites to be or the artwork to be updated as well?
Maybe the artwork. I think it'd be kind of cool to see the sprites, but then you get better animation.
Yeah, flowing clothes. You could have her hair. Tyler's hair, axe battler.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see. Kind of like if the characters were kind of more anime looking, and then like just sitting there. And it'd be cool if the level is like kind of windy, so like you can see the background tree, the sprite trees moving, and then you just see this anime hair. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. And I think
it's like almost like Golden Axed, but not axed.
Yeah. And I think it'd be kind of cool if they could take advantage of using that environment, because a lot of these HD2Ds, they don't use the environments as part of it. But how cool would it be, like some of the items that you have were sprites looking?
Yes, the magic potions.
Yeah.
The giant chunks of meat.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what animal this is, you know.
Yeah.
So imagine you ride beasts in that. Imagine the beasts.
How awesome is you're animated riding a sprite beast? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah. I think you got something there. And it's the only beat 'em up we have on this list. So yeah.
I mean, almost any beat 'em up that came out from 1989 to 1999 would benefit from the sprite work. But yeah, Golden Axe 2 is,
and in its time, I mean, with Streets of Rage got the highlight, even though I know Streets of Rage is a more popular series than Golden Axe, but
I mean, they got part 4 came out.
Yeah, but Golden Axe, I think if a Golden Axe gets the same treatment, even if it's not 2D, even if it got a Streets of Rage 4 treatment, I think it would get the same love.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, there's a lot of Golden Axe heads out there.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, and if they're not, there will be. You know, who doesn't like a good fantasy beat 'em up?
And get Docmu to do it. I mean, they're knocking out of the park with the Turtles in the Streets of Rage 4. Give them Golden Axe.
Just give it to them.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.